Because you can take what really small scion
Okay. Here we go. We got one right here that we can say hello with.
You do it right down the middle. You're lining up on the black, on the box what you're lining up on.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do a graft that Mr. England does. I've been watching him graft. He's a master craftsman, and I'm going to try and watch what he try and do it a particular graft that he does that I've tried. It is a good graft. It works. And something else I'm going to show you right here. There's a terminal bud. See that little tiny one right there?
Yeah.
It's at the very top. That's your terminal bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mr. Bill!
There's not much going on.
Yeah. Oh well, you just Bill bit the dust. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with 2 buds.
What do you need?
That's a little different shares than I've seen before.
Yeah, Cliff turned me on to them. I'm going to clean that up just a little bit. This here is pretty doggone small.
See, instead of
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try.
Well, you got to be smaller than the main stem, right?
No, not. You want them close to the same size.
Were those like
I'm seeing something here that I don't.
yearlings? What you call this, a yearling?
I'm seeing something here I don't like. You see the little brown spots in there?
Yes, yes.
That's a bad spot in there. I'm going to go down a little bit further.
I thought that was the phlegm or the xylem or something like that.
That's not too bad.
Let's see.
And then I'm splitting
Yeah,
the bark on the
okay.
back.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to clean this up just a little bit. Yeah, this looking pretty good.
Okay.
Now for the tricky part. How the hell am I going to get this off?
You're going to get what off? The bark?
I'm
Nails?
looking.
I got some nails.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on one side here and right up the middle. I'm going to cut a slit upwards.
This one.
And then I'm going to cut a slit downwards on this side. The opposite side of the cut I did right there.
Oh, okay.
So you did one up and now you're doing one down?
No, just on both sides.
I'm just cutting on both sides. It's easier for me to cut this way.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize the blade. And I'm going to try and get a hold of this bark. Now I'm going to try to take my finger, pinch on the blade because I don't want to touch the cambium, and I'm going to peel that down.
Oh, look at that. That was pretty good.
Just like that, okay? Once I peel that down, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cut a whip.
Okay. It's called a whip.
No problem.
Side.
Walnuts is the only one I've seen.
Oh, I know what he does.
Keep your rubber band flat.
And you can see the cambium going around the whip from one side to the top. It's exposed, and that's what you're after. You want that all exposed. And then I'm going to take my piece of scion wood, and I'm going to go behind the bud.
I do that same graph.
Okay, what happened to the bud? You went behind the bud.
Yeah, I'm going to do another whip, but I'm going to go behind the bud.
Ah.
If it's out in the sun,
the opposite side of the bud. You see what I'm saying there?
Yes, yes.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to give it a chip.
Okay.
What I did there is I exposed cambium. All right, and that's what you want. You want the cambium to be exposed. Normally what I'll do is I'll take and I'll shave off of that, and I'll shave it, just barely shave it,
All over.
just like that, to where all you're seeing is the green. But I'm not going to do that with this because it's so small.
Okay.
Besides that, I got the cambium exposed.
You're not a huge
Now-
fan of the clutch wrap, are you? You use it on the I use it.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to attach the two together first. I'm going to put, now mind you, I'm not touching that inside.
Yes.
I'm not touching that with my finger because I could contaminate that.
Correct.
But I'm going to take the two whips and line the two whips up together just like that, and then I'm going to pinch it. Just like that. They're right there together now. Okay? Then
any graft that you can
what
think
I'm going to
of,
do is I'm going to take my parafilm and I'm going to wrap over that.
Parafilm.
Parafilm.
Made out of paraffin.
I think it's kind of like a wax tape. It sticks to itself.
Looks like medical tape.
It is.
Yeah, but it's
So part the question of his class graph.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and wrap all the way down.
Pop the wheel.
Okay. And then I'm going to come back up. Okay. And I'm pulling on
I
that.
see that, making it taut.
I want that to be nice and tight. I want good coverage.
Keep it protected from.
Correct. Now, what I want to do now that I've done that, I want to turn around, grab another rubber band. Now, where I made the cut up here and peeled the bark down,
Yes.
I'm going to take the rubber band to where I first took the bark down, and I'm going to twist around there just to get started. Now, something I'm going to show you here that I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that rubber band, cause tension, okay? When I pull that rubber band, then I'm going to wrap once, twice, 3 times, and then I'm going to catch it. See how it's twisting up? I don't want it twisting like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start all over. Once, twice, 3 times. And if you notice, I'm trying to keep the gaps on the rubber band, everything all put together. I don't want nothing open. I want a tight seal all the way around. And once I've come down to where I want to be,
Because I remember grafting them. As soon as I got them, I went down there.
I'm going to come down a little further because I see a little bubble. We're going to try to pull that bubble in. Take a look. I'll show you. See right here?
Oh, yes.
You see that?
Yes.
That little tiny crinkle of the bark. It's a bubble. We want to pull that bubble back in place. So I'm going to bring that rubber band down a little bit further, and I'm going to pull that into it.
What caused that bubble? So it's not a ball.
It's because it's squeezing.
Oh.
It's squeezing, and it's shifting that bark around. I want everything to be squeezed together. I don't want that. I don't want that pocket in there. I want that all tight. Yeah. You want it to heal tightly. Now I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to place it on right here. Then I'm going to come over the thumb, and I'm going to go under the thumb when I come around it again, and I'm going to roll my finger up here and cross my fingers that it took. It did.
So, okay.
Now, just for good measure, I'll show you just one more thing here.
How long does a graft stay on until it starts growing and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But approximately like 2 years? 1 year?
No, it'll stay on there until it grows into an adult tree.
And it'll just grow over the graft.
Yeah, what'll happen is it'll callus, and then eventually you'll no longer see a callus. Now I'm going to do something just a little bit different here also, and I'm just going to take my thumb, snatch it, because if I don't, you saw what happened earlier, once it keeps stretching, aggravating. And I'm going to stretch a little bit this way, and then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to stretch like this. I'm doing something a little different here. I'm going to turn it, stretch just like this. And then I'm going to take and lay it right over top of that, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it down.
What's called a mud grab right inside of it.
Wrap it around.
So here's the original tree and here's the chip.
We don't have a rootstock big enough to do a bark graft. Can you at least show me the arrowhead?
And then I'm going to twist the top of it.
You talking about a tough grab?
No, we don't. Does that whole thing stay on?
Yeah, if we're to cut it like
It
an
sticks to
Really?
itself.
So it comes out.
You know what I mean?
Will it grow through there?
I just haven't seen
Your
it.
buds will push all the way through that parafilm.
Really?
Okay.
Darn.
The parafilm over a period of time, it'll decay, it'll turn black, it'll start to decay. But when you get roughly around 6 weeks out, because the tree is growing, it's going to grow in diameter. You want to get that rubber band off there. But having that rubber band flat, it gives it that little bit of give to where if you got to wait 8 to 10 weeks, you're covered. Now, if your rubber band's all twisted up like I showed you, it'll cut right into it. Pardon me?
All types of grafts, you remove that rubber band?
I would, yeah.
I was wondering about that. That's why I asked. In about 6 weeks.
Yes.
And expose the camera.
Just right here a little bit.
So that this bark is mixed
Yeah.
over to the other side of the
I was
bark.
going to tell you, but I'm.
Oh, okay. Bark is over this way.
I know.
You got to cut theirs directly on the back. This cut here, is that supposed to be centered on the back or is it offset?
It's offset.
Okay.
Take a look
Yeah,
at it.
I didn't know if you did it on
Or you
purpose.
want to put today's date?
So you offset it. Okay.
Well, I can monitor what's going on.
Straight and then you offset it.
After about 2 weeks,
Yeah.
And then when you slice the bark on the rootstock, you're just putting in one slice. Okay. And then when the bark meets, are you having this bark show?
Yeah, it meets on one side and it flaps over on the other
It
side.
would meet like this.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
If it starts coming out below it, then it just.
This is this is a you do for bark stock, so you have a larger rootstock.
anything growing beneath the grass,
And if you don't like the flavor of the fruit on it, you would put something else on it like that?
Yeah, it's just like doing it, just like for a seedling like this, you want to put a grafted
Right.
name cultivar on it.
So Jim, the other question I've heard, one guy say one thing and one guy say the exact opposite. You fertilize
The guy from
around
Indiana showed me that a
fresh
long time ago. He's actually a preacher. He had a heart attack and he was driving a grain truck and a semi hit him. So, yeah.